he won't hand me the fucking clipboard, so I reach out a little far to grab it, and he grabs his arm and tries to pull me out of the fucking window. Tried to pull me out of the fucking window.
Okay. Do you know him?
No, he paid with credit card. He was a customer.
Okay. Does his card have a name on it or anything?
Right here, Ezekiel Harra. I don't know if it's a stolen credit card. He was in
the middle of the night at a bikini espresso stand in Lakewood, Washington. A stranger reaches through a window and tries to rip a 19-year-old barista out by her arm. She only knows him by a blue jersey, a Scion coupe, and the name on a credit card. What starts as small talk over an $11 drink turns into a case detectives will later call something we've never really seen before. But officers didn't expect what happened next, or how far they'd have to go to find the man on that receipt. August 18th, 2025, 2:24 a.m. Lakewood officers are dispatched to Ladybug Espresso on South Tacoma Way. The caller, Barista Margaret Mao, reports that a customer just tried to grab her and pull her through the window toward his car. By the time officers arrive, the car is gone. The night is quiet. All they have is a terrified victim and a name she can barely pronounce.
Okay. Have you ever seen this guy before?
No, I've never before. Never, ever.
Okay.
Ever. First time.
Okay, so I know you described him to the dispatcher on the phone, but what did he look like?
He was like,
Anybody else in the car with him?
no, he's by himself.
Okay.
The suspect doesn't say a word when he grabs her, but his clothing and his grip leave marks. Margaret describes a young white Hispanic male, mid-20s, dressed head to toe in bright blue, a Dodgers jersey, designer jeans, a bandana. The bruises on her wrist, bicep, and shoulder match her story. Still, officers don't yet know who he really is or why he suddenly snapped.
Did he mention anything? Like, how long was he here?
He was here for like, I was making it
Your wrist right there?
all of my arm.
Okay.
All of my arm.
Jesus.
Bro.
Alright. Let me get my camera. We'll get pictures of your red marks and stuff, and we'll keep looking for him here. Alright, ready, Margaret? Okay. See your wrist right there? Okay. You're outside your arm. Okay. Anything else on you that you could feel right here?
All over.
Okay. Alright, I assume like your arm was just getting like yanked against the
Right here.
the frame,
I grab this though whenever I go to got me fucked up. You got me so fucked up.
The body cam records the raw aftermath, shaking hands, ripped clothing, bruises spreading across her arm. Detectives will later note the injuries to her wrist, bicep, and shoulder, and the torn shirt, as they piece together what happened at that window. But right now, they still only know him as a customer in a gray Scion, with one more clue sitting on the counter.
He was in a
Scion TC, right?
yes, Scion TC. It was like that space gray, like that, like not dimensional color or metallic.
Okay.
Whatever. I couldn't get the license plate because I was too busy getting.
Did you see which way he went?
That way, and then I called the cops.
Okay.
When officers look down, they see it. A thin paper trail left behind in the chaos. A MasterCard receipt for $11.75, time-stamped just minutes before the call. The cardholder's name reads Ezekiel Fern Guerrero. It's the first solid lead. But is the person on this card really the man who tried to pull her out of the stand? Or is the name just another dead end?
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hi, this message is for Al. This is Officer Brunson with the Lakewood Police Department. Today's the 18th, and I'm calling at 10:30. Reference the incident that happened at your coffee shop on South Tacoma Way in Lakewood. If you could please give me a call back or call the Lakewood Police Department, 253-459-9233. Thank you.
The stand's cameras aren't in Margaret's control, Only the owner, Al, can pull the footage. Without that video, all investigators have is her word, the bruises, and a suspicious credit card. But officers didn't expect what they'd see once the surveillance finally uploads. While detectives wait for that crucial video, a quick note from us. These long-form breakdowns take time. Real reports, real body cam, real investigations. If you want to support more in-depth police documentary content like this, you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/camwatch. It helps us keep telling stories that others might miss, especially when a simple receipt turns into a statewide manhunt. Detectives input the Scion into automated license plate readers. The system hits on a gray 2012 Scion TC, Washington plate CTC-034, captured just north of the coffee stand minutes after Margaret's 911 call. The car matches her description exactly. Meanwhile, open source searches on the name Ezekiel Guerrero finally connect to a possible address in Tacoma and a second vehicle, a Kia Sorento, registered to the same man. Then, another lead. Margaret scrolls through Instagram and thinks she's found him. Profile, Zeke509. The photo shows a tattooed Hispanic male, ink running from shoulder to fingertips. Detectives freeze the barista stand video at the moment of the grab and compare the suspect's left arm to the Instagram photo. The full-sleeve tattoo appears to be an exact match, but officers didn't expect what they'd find once they finally sat Ezekiel down in an interview room. Over the next several days, detectives watch both the Scion and Ezekiel's phone move across Pierce and King counties. An electronic tracking device order is approved for the Scion, and a pen register, trap, and trace order goes out to Team, a number linked directly to Ezekiel. Pings place him around Tacoma, then Spanaway, and finally, Kent. Undercover teams follow him to an industrial area, where he loads a white box truck, then walks alone to the Scion. This time, officers don't let the car drive away. Kent detectives move in and take Ezekiel Guerrero into custody without incident. His phone is seized, sealed in a Faraday bag, and he's driven to Lakewood to answer one question. Why did you grab a stranger through a window in the middle of the night?
Okay, just so you know, the sign says we're being audio and video recorded. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You're 19 years old?
Yeah, 19.
All right. I do want to talk to you about this.
Yeah,
and look, here's the thing, man. I'm not here to make you look. I want to give you an opportunity to explain what happened.
No, of course,
and
of
We're
course.
just going to go about our way, okay? But before that, obviously you're in custody. I have to read you your constitutional rights, okay?
Okay.
So it says, before questioning and the making of any statement, I'm going to advise you of your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You just say yes or no for me. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Any statement you do make can be used as evidence against you in a court of law. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You have a right at this time to talk to an attorney of your choice and have your attorney present before and during questioning and the making of any statement. Do you understand that?
Well,
You want to read it again?
wait, yeah, can you read it again one more time? Sorry about that.
You have the right at this time to talk to an attorney of your choice and to have your attorney present before.
What if I don't have
And-
what if I don't have an attorney, or
Let me get through it real quick and then I'll answer
Yeah.
the question. Before and during questioning and the making of any statement. Do you understand that right?
Ezekiel Guerrero is 19 years old. Before detectives ask about Ladybug Espresso, they make sure the camera is rolling, and his rights are read on tape. When he agrees to talk, the investigation shifts from who did this to why.
Okay. What happened?
Just before, I could ask for an attorney, but I figured, you guys seen. If I'm being honest, the only thing I was messed up that night. I was drinking. I was CrossFit. I was all of it. I remember I had something. I had lost 1,000 that night. I remember being angry and I was drinking, and I had my ex. We're just over, and so I was like in a sad moment. I remember I was just super drunk. I don't remember too much of everything. I remember I was drinking, and I had ended up there, and all I remember is she asked me a question, and then I had reached in, and then and I remember opening my eyes, and then the moment she had said help, I let go, and I just stopped, let it go, put the thing, and that's it. Like I'm being completely honest. I was super drunk that night. I was smoking all of it, and that night I just I don't know. It was a mistake. The 1,000.
So you lost 1,000. Right?
I lost 1,000. I was very sad. I was upset. My ex, we were going through things, and I felt alone. I know I was just drinking, and I was smoking, and I had like flashes, and I remember being there. I remember going there, and then I remember like at a moment of time, she had asked me a question, something about like be messed up or something like that, and I'd say yeah, and then after that. I remember reaching vividly, grabbing her, and she said, help.
Ezekiel admits he was the one at the window, but blames alcohol, marijuana, a lost $1,000 in cash, and the collapse of a relationship with his ex. He calls it a mistake. Detectives see something else, a deliberate decision to drive out of his way, stop at the only bikini stand open at 2:30 a.m., and use that extended arm to try to pull a worker out of her booth. And still, they don't have a clear answer to the most important question. What did he plan to do if he'd actually gotten her into the car?
What do you think you would have done had you pulled her through the window?
I promise you, like at that moment, at that time, I wasn't even like I don't even remember like physically grabbing her like that. Like I promise you, in that the moment I snapped back, I promise you, I let her go because she had said help, and I just drove off. I didn't do nothing. I just remember I swear it was just a terrible moment, and I don't even remember like actually like having a reason why to do that. Like I remember it was just I was drunk, I was messed up, I was angry, and I did it, and then I seen what I was doing, and I let go, and I just drove off.
Where'd you go after you left there?
I just went home. I remember just going home and going to bed, and that was pretty much it.
To Margaret, the bruises on her arm are a constant reminder of how close she came to being dragged through that window. To detectives, the lack of an endgame is exactly what makes this case so dangerous. They have to consider the worst-case scenarios: kidnapping, sexual assault, even murder. Because once she leaves that stand, anything could happen. And in the interview room, Ezekiel can only say he was drunk and very sorry.
See, we had to be careful with this. This is something we've never really seen before. You know, we've seen baristas get robbed. That's pretty common. Not common, but I mean, it happens. But this was a different level. This was something that we had not seen. It spooked a lot of people because we did not know, and we couldn't come up with an end game. Like, what if you got her, or let's just say that person gets her through the window and into the car, now what? It's not like she's just gonna give up. So how do you kind of see
No, I get it. No, I get it. Like I'm saying, I don't even remember like fully doing it. Like it was just a flash. The moment I realized what I did, I let go. Like you see in the camera, like I just remember what happened. I let go, and I drove off. That was it.
Detectives are blunt. They've seen robberies, threats, and the usual dangers of graveyard shift barista work. But a man using a credit card in his own name, tossing the drink, and violently pulling a worker toward his car is something different. It spooks officers, business owners, and other bikini baristas across the region. And it raises one more chilling question. Was this really just a moment of impulse or the start of something worse?
Okay, well, you've never been arrested before, have you?
No, I haven't, sir.
Okay, so what's going to happen tonight is you have to go to jail, okay? You'll see a judge in the morning. My guess is they'll probably PR you.
What is PR?
My guess is that they won't hold you. They might for a short period of time. We'll have to see how that goes. And then if and when you do get out, you're going to have to continue. So hopefully this is a humongous wake-up call that you're going to have to keep your emotions in check, and especially when you start putting substances on board like that. People do weird stuff. We've had people sitting right in that chair that have killed people because of being under the influence.
Yeah.
Based on the surveillance video, Margaret's injuries, the matching tattoo from Instagram, the scion caught on license plate readers, and the credit card receipt bearing his name, detectives conclude there is probable cause to arrest Ezekiel Guerrero for attempted kidnapping in the second degree. In the interview room, they can't predict what a judge or a jury will ultimately decide. But they know one thing: the night at Ladybug Espresso could have ended far worse. Margaret doesn't go to the hospital that night, but the pain in her arm and shoulder lasts for days. Word spreads quickly among other bikini baristas about a man in a blue Dodgers jersey, a gray Scion with plate CTC 0334, and a grab caught clearly on camera. For them, this isn't just a headline. It's a reminder of how exposed they are at 2:30 in the morning and how much depends on a thin layer of glass and a sliding window. A late-night drink order at Ladybug Espresso turns into a violent struggle at the window. Margaret fights back, braces herself against the counter, and survives with bruises and a torn shirt. A receipt with the name Ezekiel Varsht Guerrero, a gray Scion caught 700 feet from the stand, an Instagram tattoo that matches down to the fingertips, and weeks of cell phone and vehicle tracking all converge on a 19-year-old warehouse worker from Eastern Washington. In his own words, he was drunk, high, angry, and lonely, and drove to the only open bikini stand just to see a pretty girl. Detectives see more than a mistake. They see an attempted kidnapping that could have ended in tragedy if Margaret hadn't locked her knees and slammed that window shut. This case is now part of the record, a warning about impulse, intoxication, and the thin line between a bad night and a life-changing crime. The individual is presumed innocent until proven guilty in court. If you want to see more real police body cam and investigation breakdowns, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and let us know in the comments which case you want us to cover next.